Hey guys, welcome back. I am Jason Salyer and this is Maggie. Say hi, Maggie. And I've taken to wearing the Wazoo Cache Cap, however you want to say it, as my everyday hat. I always wear a hat pretty much every single day. Switch over to a beanie in the wintertime sometimes, but for the most part I wear a ball cap like this one. And I'm really picky about them. I've got kind of a small melon, little tiny melon. It's a condition, so, you know, be easy on me, take it easy. But I like this hat a lot. It fits really well. It doesn't push my ears out and it's not irritating. It's real plain and simple, just the way I like it. And you can put some really, really useful survival, everyday carry kind of gear in there. Dustin from Wazoo sent me this adventure kit, and I am told that all of these items can fit in this hat. All right, so like I was saying, this is the adventure kit, and it comes with 23 items in it, which is pretty impressive actually for such a small, compact thing. Now this, even if you didn't have the cache cap, you could easily slip this in a cargo pocket. That would be no problem at all, and it has, I mean, really, it covers a lot of bases. So let's just crack into it and see what we've got going on here. All right, in no particular order, it comes with 2 orange zip ties, which, you know, zip ties are a very handy thing. It's not something I typically carry on a everyday basis, but I do have them handy. I have them in my truck. I've got them around the shop, around the barn, and that kind of stuff. So they are handy things, and they could be used for all sorts of different applications. It comes with 15 feet of brass wire in this sealed up straw. Looks like basically a plastic drinking straw of sorts. But you could use this wire for all sorts of things, setting up snares, who knows, lashing things together, repairing some gear. Who knows what you could use that for, but there's 15 feet of it. Looks like we've got 40 feet of braided fishing line. I do not know what pound test this is, what weight this is, but it looks pretty good. I would say that's at least 15 pound test, probably more like 20-ish. So that's some pretty sturdy line that can not only be used for fishing, but for all sorts of other applications. The first glance, these looks like bread ties, and I was like, you know, what the heck am I going to do with orange bread ties? I don't know, but they are labeled on the adventure kit as trail markers. So if you were to go off trail, get lost, whatever it may be, and you were trying to mark your way, putting one of these around a small little sapling, small little branch, this bright orange thing here, you could see from quite a ways away. So that is a pretty handy thing. We've got 2 feet of duct tape. This looks like the 1 inch thick duct tape. Again, can be used for all sorts of things, repairing gear. You could use this as a fire starter. You can light this up and it burns pretty readily, burns pretty well. So that's a handy thing to have. Duct tape is always something good to have around. Technora Cord. This is 25 feet of Technora Cord. You know, I don't know much about Technora Cord. I tell you what it looks like is it looks like Dyneema. And if it is the same thing, then this is incredibly strong stuff. I would say this is probably the same deal, but this, if it is the same thing, this diameter is somewhere around 1,600 pound tensile strength, which is pretty amazing. So we've got 25 feet of that. Now, a lot of people don't like the wire saws. However, if you've got nothing else, it is a handy thing to have. You can cut small green saplings with them pretty easily and aid in construction of a shelter. I don't know how good this one is. I haven't actually used it yet, so we'll have to tap into it here in a little while and see what it's all about. A signal mirror. A small little SOL signal mirror. Rescue flash signal mirror. Yeah. Pretty handy thing. Not only can this be used for signaling, but you can use it to as a small mirror to aid in getting something out of your eye. First aid kind of uses. So that's a cool thing to have. Oh, a tiny little fishing kit. So to use alongside with your fishing line that it comes with, you've got, looks like 2 safety pins, 2 hooks, and 3 sinkers. Oh, and a small little needle. So this is your sewing kit slash fishing kit. 3 Ranger bands, and they secure the water kit together. So there is a water bag. It's a 32-ounce bag that rolls up nice and easy. Could easily fit that into a pocket, no problem. And it comes with, I don't know how many tabs, 2 tabs, 2 water purification tabs. So I'm guessing that's probably half a gallon or so of water that you can treat with that. So that is a handy thing to get you out of a tight spot. So it's got a small little button compass, and let's see if it works. Yep, I don't know if you can see that, but that is pointing towards north because I know where I live, and that is north in that direction right there. So it is an effective means of finding your way, just general directions. So a little tiny button compass, very cool. 2 quick tinder tabs here. Fuzz those up, light them up with the ferro rod that is right here, this small little ferro rod. You know, I've never been a huge fan of carrying the tiny ferro rods, but they are really convenient. The big ones are so much easier and they just work a little bit better, but it's not that easy to carry around a 5-6 inch ferro rod with you all the time. So something like this would just be, you know, it doesn't matter if it gets wet. It's going to last a long time. You can get lots of strikes off it. And what's really cool is it comes with this small little ceramic knife, this small little ceramic blade here. And man, that thing is sharp. Let me see if I've got something to cut here. Oh yeah, that thing is really sharp. I mean, it's small, yes. Probably not gonna do a whole lot of whittling and carving and stuff like that with it. But if you needed to cut your cordage, some fishing line, things of that nature, oh man, that thing will get it done. And what it will also do is it works really well as a striker for your tiny ferro rod. It would work better if I disconnected it off the little lanyard there, but the back of there is nice and sharp, easy to operate. We've also got a small whistle, signaling whistle, rape whistle, if you will. It says Wazoo right there on it. Look at that. Yep, that's pretty loud. And then we've got a small little pin light right here. Small little light. Very effective if it's dark out, you need to see what you're doing just right in front of you. I mean, it's not the brightest thing in the world, but it would get the job done if you had nothing else, just to see a map, fix something, tie something up, whatever it is. You know, this is a handy little light to have on you. And that is the extent of the kit. All right, so here's the fully loaded cache cap right here. It's got everything in it except for the water kit. Now I could put the Ranger bands and I could definitely easily slip the tablets in there, the water purification tabs in there, but I figured I'd just rather keep it all together and slip that into a cargo pocket. I don't think it's that noticeable. I mean, it's a little bit, you know, bulkier, poofier around the sides of the hat, but I don't notice it. It's not heavy or anything on my head. And I can easily squirrel away some survival gear in my hat, and I can always have it with me, so I think that's a pretty handy thing. Even without the hat, that kit I think is a pretty cool thing to have. Like I said, you can just slip it into a pocket. Now, I think this is a bit much. I don't think I would carry all this stuff in my hat all the time, maybe a few of the items. But, you know, to each his own. Now, if you were to combine this hat with the cache belt that Wazoo also offers, you could probably pretty easily spread that adventure kit out between the two things and not even notice it's there. This could probably slip into that belt really, really easily. I mean, you'd never know it was there. So that's a handy thing, and I might be investing in one of that. They recently came out with a rigger's belt, a rigger's cache belt. So that might be something that I invest in the near future and give it a shot. But I think that this, well, I'll show you how I have it loaded up. You might want to see that. So like I said, I didn't put the water kit in there, but everything else is in my hat. You don't really notice it. It just looks like kind of a normal hat, but it is jam-packed full of all that gear. And in no particular order, we'll just kind of start going through. I have the wire saw, 2 zip ties, duct tape, 25 foot of cordage, fire tabs, light, rape whistle, signal mirror, marking, little wires, trail markers, fishing kit / sewing kit, small button compass, tiny ceramic knife, and small ferro rod. Super handy. I actually really like these 2 items. That's something that I would definitely keep in the hat. So put the front there and the bill. And now alongside the bill, these 2 side pockets here work good for those tubes. They're pretty crafty over there at Wazoo. They've thought this through apparently. In there, they're a little bit tricky to get out, but these aren't things that you're probably going to be fishing out of there on the regular, so it's just something nice to have. But I've got the copper wire, and on the other side I've got the braided fishing line. There we go. And I think that pretty much completes the Wazoo Cache Cap and all of its contents. Now, I always try to be really honest with you guys, and I'll never lead you astray. I'll give you my honest opinion, my honest feedback, and I won't shill for any companies or anything like that. Great guys over at Wazoo, no question. But even with that said, if they didn't have good products, then I wouldn't say so. Will I carry all of the stuff in that adventure kit in my hat or even in a belt? Probably not. It's Maggie. Maggie's chasing after something. Probably not, but the beauty of a kit like that is that you can kind of pick and choose what you want. And you can actually go to the Wazoo site and you can buy all those individual items if you so choose to buy them separately, one at a time kind of deal. Because if you're like me, I'm not going to carry all that stuff. I would just as soon, put a couple things in my pocket and maybe a couple of stowaways in my hat just for safekeeping. Like that little ceramic knife and the small ferro rod, that's definitely going to live in this hat for sure. You can count on that. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, like the video, please. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave us a comment. Today's comment is, how do you feel about the rain? Love it? Hate it? Indifferent? I love it. See you next time.